Hello friends, welcome to today's video. This is going to be super chatty, probably only going to be interesting to those of you who have followed my channel for a while and are interested to know what I'm up to in my day-to-day life, because a lot's happening in my day-to-day life. And those of you who watched like my car chat video a couple of weeks ago, I feel like 50% of the videos on my channel lately are telling you like where I've been and what I've been up to when I'm not putting stuff up on YouTube. But I will mention that today I am actually, in addition to this, filming 2 other videos. So there will actually be more videos going up on my channel, at least for the next week or so. But it's been busy and good, but busy. So where are we now? I'll try to sort of mention this so if you didn't watch my car chat video, you will still understand what's going on with me. And I feel like let me back up a little bit in my life. About 4 years ago, I guess it was now, I had been working in nonprofit organizations in doing fundraising, fund development, grant development, that kind of thing. And I decided that I wanted a change. I wanted to change into a different career. And I am the oddball who decided in my late 30s that apparently my passion was doing accounting. Who knows? And I still feel that way. I'm very much enjoying it. I ended up taking a year off to do the courses that I needed to be able to move into the field of accounting. And I did that. I got my first job in accounting. The pandemic happened. And as part of working through accounting, once you finish doing all the schooling and everything, that's like the university level of schooling, to get my CPA certification here in Ontario, I need to do a number of hours of work, which, I mean, I've been working for the last little while in accounting, but also I need to do the CPA courses to be able to work towards the final CPA exam. There's a number of ways you can do that. You can do it through CPA Ontario, but you can also a number of universities also offer the opportunity to do the classes through them. So I mentioned in my last video, and I'm mentioning here, that I applied to a local university to be able to do my accounting courses through them on a part-time basis over a 2-year period. It's going to be a master's of accounting. And I found out 2 days ago that I was accepted. I mean, there's still some stuff I have to get to them in sort of the prep and lead up to that. But starting in September, I'm going to be going back to school for 2 years part-time to get my master's of accounting and then be able to write my CPA exam and hopefully become a CPA. For those of you who don't, I have a weird educational background. Maybe not weird, but when I was quite a bit younger, obviously like high school age, I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian. I actually did a co-op in a vet clinic. I have I want to say assisted, but I've been assisted in like surgeries on like spays and neuters, that kind of thing. I've basically helped out in a vet office full time for like 4 months. I originally went to university thinking I wanted to do that for a number of different reasons, including it being a very competitive program and discovering that I'm fairly horribly allergic to like large animal barns and things like that. I ended up doing my undergrad and getting a Bachelor of Biomedical Science. And then I did a MBA. So I have a Master's of Business Administration. And then I've been working in nonprofit organizations since then until this. So going into this program, this will actually be my second master's degree, which is kind of crazy to say. And I'm starting this in my early 40s. So all this to say, don't be afraid of doing new things through your life. There has been a lot of times where it's been scary because, you know, change is scary and being unstable is scary. But I'm very excited about this. I'm a little nervous, but very excited about this next step. I just found that this week. It's a big thing. It's exciting, but it's a big thing. It's a lot going on in my life, and the application process all happened, blah, blah, blah. So that is happening. I'll also mention, and you guys on my channel will know this, I have been in my current job. I just did my 6-month review, so I've been there for 6 months. All going really well. The people I work with are like the best people ever. Just wonderful. Could not be working with a better group of people and just learning so much from it. But you really realize like it takes, I would say, almost a full year to really understand any job that you're in. So I'm still in the process of doing that, figuring all of that out, and just super happy with it. The next thing going on, I don't know if you guys are aware, I'm sure you are, that the housing market is pretty crazy right now. So I live in Ottawa. I am in a condo that I rent. In this sort of development of buildings, this community that I live in, this is the third condo that I've rented. The first one I was kicked out of. The owner decided to move back in themselves. The second one I was in, which you guys would have seen from my earliest videos on this channel, I lived in that one for, I want to say, like 3.5 years or so, and then the owner of it decided to sell it. I was basically in school and unemployed at the time, and not in the market to be buying anything. So he sold that one, so I had to look for a new place to live, and I ended up coming to this condo here. And I've been here for a little over 2.5 years. Even when I rented this place 2.5 years ago, I would say, like, even then, the rent he was charging for this place was a little bit below market value. I think he wanted more of his choice of which tenant to bring on. I think there were a lot of people who wanted this place, and I was lucky to get it. It's a nice little 1-bedroom condo. I really like the area and all of that, so things are popping along, happening, and then my landlord let me know that he was feeling it was the right time to sell this place. In looking around at other units to rent, I would have to get the same thing as this, I would probably have to increase my budget per month $300 to $400, which is crazy. But he also let me know that he would sell it to me for like a slightly reduced price over what he would put it on the market for, because he would be interested in doing it through a private sale, which saves him a ton of money on realtor fees. So as of a couple of days ago, process is still ongoing, but we have agreed on a price and are moving forward. So everything going well. Like, I'm not somebody who says anything is done until it's done, but will be the owner of this condo. And that just happened in the last week. So like, oh my God, in the last week, it's like buying a place, going back to school, getting accepted into a master's program, everything else all coming together. It has been a lot and also good, but a little scary. For those of you who don't know, this would not be my first time being a homeowner. I used to be married, and when my ex and I got married, we bought a townhome together. That was the first place that I owned together with him. In our time living there, we split. And he moved away. I kept the place and bought his part from him. So I have been the owner solely of a place before as well. And interestingly, I don't actually use Facebook that much now. I used it a little bit more back in the day. But for those of you who know Facebook at all, I basically go on there to like see things that my friends and family have posted. I never post anything on there at this point. But Facebook will come up with memories for you. And this memory came up, I'll put the picture up on the screen, from 8 years ago this last week, which was when I sold the townhome. So apparently this week time frame is a big real estate time for me. So that was kind of crazy to see. And it's also crazy to see that I've been basically, since I sold that house, I've had like a down payment fund, and that's been sitting there for like 8 years. So I'm feeling a little bit like there's a lot going on, and also that there's a lot going on that is going to have like financial implications for me, in the sense that, like I'm buying this place, I'm getting together like my down payment, and the more I can sort of save up, because I have to do the down payment, I have to do like land transfer tax here in Ottawa, which is a big chunk of money. And then at some point, likely in August, I'm going to be paying like tuition for my first semester of university. So all of that is coming together. So I've been very intensely looking at my budget lately. And here's an interesting point to note. If you have not been a watcher of my channel from like the very beginning, one of the things that I originally have on this channel, and I will not go back and watch those videos because oof, I am sure that my like on-screen presence has just become so much more comfortable over the years, and even seeing some of the thumbnails from those videos makes me cringe a little bit. But I did have an entire series on this channel of money management. I will actually link that playlist down below, maybe up here somewhere. I am a big fan of money management. That's a weird thing to say. Basically, back in the day when I did end up getting separated and then divorced, I realized I really wasn't managing my money very well. And I went from co-owning a house with somebody and splitting the mortgage payment and having like a fair bit of money to play around with, to then taking on that responsibility on my own. And that sort of snapped me into reality of I actually have to understand how to manage my money. So I have been budgeting monthly, tracking everything that I spend for the last probably 10 years now. And, you know, I create a budget every month. I track against it every month, every single transaction that I do. But now looking forward to the next couple of months, just with all these additional things happening, it just means I have to be a little bit more careful with how things are going. In terms of stuff here on my channel, I started sort of thinking like, I feel like the biggest category in my budget that I can like really be thrifty with is around my meals and food budget. So if you're interested in sort of getting some like grocery hauls on like my budget kind of grocery hauls, let me know that. For example, yesterday I went out and spent for the week coming up $51 on, I want to say my groceries, but about $15 of that was like self-care items. I had to buy like razors and shaving cream and like laundry detergent. So really like $35, but I also have a whole bunch of stuff in my pantry right now where I can get through that in the next week. But if you're interested in seeing some of that and some budget grocery hauls and then what I make in a week from that, let me know. Yeah, I just wanted to fill you guys in on what was going on in my life. I feel like we have these conversations every once in a while where I tell you what's up, and I'm so sorry because I'm gonna forget it now, but one of the who said this on my last video, the car update, but somebody mentioned that they had gotten really good advice about buying their place, which was you're never going to feel ready. And sometimes you just need to do it anyway. And that has been in the back of my mind and has been so helpful through this entire process. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that is it, guys. I just, again, this hits that very specific audience of you who are interested in knowing what's going on in my life. But those of you, you know who you are, and you are the ones who watch like all my videos, whether it's like skincare, food, Peloton. Like, I know I'm all over the place on this channel. It's because this channel is my little escape and I get to share with you the things that I'm excited about. So that's why it tends to be a little scattered in what I do on here. Okay, I've rambled enough. I feel like I should end the video now. I'll throw some other videos up on here. Maybe I'll put the playlist for my money management videos. Again, makes me cringe from like how stiff I was at that point. And also I was doing a lot more crazy makeup stuff at that point, which didn't necessarily suit me that well. And then I'll let YouTube throw up another video as well. If you're not subscribed, you probably haven't made it this far in this video, but if you are not subscribed, please do so. Please also let me know what's going on in your life. Any thoughts or comments you have, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video, which shouldn't be too long from now. Bye.